The secret isn't that new moms cry. The secret is where they cry. Not online, not in front of visitors, not even in bed. In the shower, where the water is loud enough to hide the truth. Because that's the one place you can stop performing. You just gave birth, congratulations, and welcome to the part nobody narrates. You're holding a tiny human who needs you every 2 hours, while your body feels like it was run over and then asked to smile for photos. You're healing, sore, leaking, learning how to feed, learning how to breathe again, yet the world hands you one sentence like a rule. Cherish every moment. This is the happiest time of your life. So, when you don't feel happy, you start negotiating with shame. You think, good mothers don't complain. Good mothers don't resent. Good mothers don't break. You laugh at the right moments because you don't want anyone to label you ungrateful. But the pressure isn't only sleep loss. It's the feeling of being watched, like your emotions are being graded. So your tears wait until you're alone, until the door locks, and you can finally exhale. Let's name the villain accurately. It's not your baby. It's isolation wearing a pretty filter. It's modern motherhood framed like a performance. Recover fast, bond instantly, look radiant, stay grateful, don't be too much, and do it without a village. In many traditional cultures, the early weeks after birth were protected. More hands, more meals, more permission to rest. Now it's, you'll manage, and then everyone goes back to their lives. Your nervous system stays on duty, listening for cries, scanning for danger, predicting needs before they happen, and at the same time, you're trying to protect something else, your identity, because you're not only feeding a newborn, you're trying to find where you went. That's why the shower becomes the only door you can close without explaining yourself. Warm water, white noise, privacy, a tiny shelter where nobody needs a version of you. This isn't you being dramatic. It's biology and identity colliding. After birth, estrogen and progesterone can sharply drop, and those shifts can leave you emotionally raw. Most new moms experience the baby blues, tearfulness, mood swings, anxiety, often starting a few days after birth and fading within about 2 weeks. But if the heaviness doesn't lift, or anxiety becomes relentless, that's not weakness, it's a signal to reach for support. Perinatal depression affects many postpartum people worldwide. Even your brain is adapting. Research has found brain changes in pregnancy, including reductions in gray matter volume in areas tied to social cognition, often interpreted as remodeling, not damage. And there's a name for the identity shift underneath it all. Matrescence, the transition into motherhood, like adolescence, but in silence. Here's the core truth, and I want it to land in your body, not just your mind. You cry in the shower because it's the only place your nervous system feels safe enough to reset. Not because you're failing, because you're adapting. In the shower, nobody needs you for 90 seconds. The water is loud so your sob doesn't become a conversation. Steam softens the mirror so you don't have to judge your face. Warmth tells your muscles, stand down. You're not collapsing, you're releasing. You cry in the shower because all day you're holding 2 jobs at once. Keep the baby safe and keep yourself acceptable. You answer messages with a smile while your mind runs in the background. Did the baby eat enough? Is that sound normal? Why am I angry? Why am I crying? Why don't I feel like myself? So the shower becomes your reset room, a micro-village made of heat, water, and a locked door. And the tears? They're not a verdict, they're a discharge, one of the ways constant vigilance exits the body. Now, self-mastery. Not big, dramatic changes, small stabilizers you can actually do. First, sleep in fragments on purpose. Don't chase perfect sleep, collect minutes like coins, trade one task for one nap. That is strategy. Second, sensory breaks. 10 minutes with no phone, no input, no comparison. Sit, breathe, let your brain stop scanning. Third, radical honesty with one safe person. Not a crowd, one. Say one true sentence. I'm not okay today. Social support is repeatedly linked with lower risk of postpartum depression. Fourth, touch without pressure. A long hug, a hand on your back, not to fix anything, just to remind your body it's not alone. And here it is again, because repetition is how the mind learns. You cry in the shower because it's the only place your nervous system feels safe enough to reset. Not because you're failing, because you're adapting. If you notice red flags, no joy at all, intrusive thoughts that scare you, panic that won't let you eat or sleep, tell a professional. Postpartum anxiety and depression are common and treatable. One day, you'll notice something small. The crying slows down. Not because you became colder, because you became steadier. Matrescence doesn't erase you. It reorganizes you. The shower was never proof you were broken. It was proof you were still listening. That tenderness is information. I need a boundary. I need rest. I need help. So let support be part of the plan. Let self-compassion be a skill, not a mood. You are not failing. You are becoming, and you deserve patience while you form. You're in a cocoon phase, quiet construction. And if the thoughts turn frightening, seek urgent help immediately. Postpartum psychosis is rare, but it's an emergency. Help is not shame, it's protection.